Good afternoon, students. Today we'll see the next point, that is conservation of biodiversity, in which we'll discuss major causes for the loss of biodiversity. What are the major causes that are affecting the loss of biodiversity? With the current rate of development and the population growth and migration, communities are increasingly unable to meet their sustained needs. However, the present day drastic changes and in this environment habitat are due to the population explosion, unmanaged development activity, and unnatural that the species are not getting full liberty on time and space for their survival, and adaptive radiation is not possible. Therefore, there is a it is a result in loss of biodiversity, which is a global crisis nowadays. So that this biodiversity area have to be preserved, so to decrease the loss in biodiversity. The diversity in India, that is forest, grassland, wetlands, mountains, marine life, ecosystem, deserts, face many such pressures. One of the major cause of loss of biodiversity in India has been deplication of the vegetation cover, and due to the expanding agricultural roads, constructions. Since most of the diversity-rich forests also contain the maximum mineral wealth that is nowadays exploited, and they are also the best sites for water impoundments, mining, and development projects in such area have led to the destruction of these habitats. Another matter is the poaching and illegal trade of wild products like many animals. They are considered very valuable, like tigers and many other medicinal and aromatic plants that have been smuggled by this illegally smuggled by this poaching by these poachers, that all affect the biodiversity of that area. So there is a development pressure due to constructions, the illegal construction uh, that have been going around the biodiversity areas. Many of the big construction companies that are destroying the natural habitat, the swamp areas. You may heard about the Ramsar sites near Delhi and all that have been illegally destroyed by these construction companies. Like there are also the forest-based industries like honey and timber industry that are legally and illegally both they are exploiting these biodiversity areas. They're destroying the forest and other covers. So like we need to uh, uh, so there are also what we're discussing, there are forest-based industries that are responsible for this loss of biodiversity. Hydel and irrigation projects. Many of the natural rivers and natural ponds, lakes are found in these biodiversity areas that are being used for irrigation projects in the adjacent areas for agriculture. So that are also having an adverse effect on this conservation of biodiversity. Mining due to illegal mining activities, there have been effect on this biodiversity. Their forest has been destroyed. The oil drilling in India is a major concern. Like oil spillings or the do occur in the sea and all that are affecting the coral population in the sea. They are affecting the natural ecosystem of this area. The pollution, there are different type of pollutions like plastic, air pollutions, industrial waste, and other that are also affecting this biodiversity. Other are resource extraction, roads and transport system that are being developed in this forest and biodiversity area. Here you can see there is a construction going on near the forest area. This is affecting. Here you can see this. This is the image of air pollution that it is caused by industrial development activities. Here is the agriculture waste that has been burned You have heard that the recent what is going in Delhi, the parali, that is the grass that has been left after the agriculture that is burned, that creates a smog near the Delhi and adjacent areas. Here you can see the plastic pollution that is affecting the river beds and the shores of the rivers. The plastic waste that has been thrown irresponsibly in the river area and the water catchment area. This is the urban waste management system. Just dump this waste anywhere as you like, near the water sources and all. You can see here in this image. Encroachment. The other loss of biodiversity due to encroachment due to the cutting of the forests for agricultural lands, burning of forests. They have been drastically affecting the biodiversity of the particular area. You can see now there has been a demand for agricultural land for the plantation of palm trees because and it is a cheap substitute for other edible oils. The palm tree cultivation is going in most in Southeast Asia's and adjacent countries. Expansion of forest villages like the decrease in urban areas. Now they have been exploiting the forest areas near the villages and all. Fishery is irresponsible fishery, that is the traditional nets have been dumped and use of commercial fishery is taking place everywhere that has a bycatchment that is thrown away, that like smaller fish and all corals and all that have been destroyed with this type of net fishing, industrial net fishing and all, like near the villages and all the biodiversity area that has been destroyed due to domestic animal grazing and all. Due to environmental changes also there is a duplication in this biodiversity habitats. New settlements also are observed in this biodiversity areas. And shifting cultivations, there is a system of shifting cultivations, like once they have used a patch of forest for cultivating some crops, they shift to a new forest patches cleared for new agriculture purposes. That is called as shifting cultivation. That is also destroying the major part of the forest and its biodiversity. Here you can see the image of an oil spill near the Chennai that had occurred 2 3 years back. See the shore that has been totally covered with the crude oil and everything, that fish, coral and other species that have been occurring in this coastline have been affected due to this oil spill. Here you can see this another image, the oil rig. It was an accident due to that the oil rig, the oil that has been extracted was spilled in the sea. Here the forest has been cut for the timbers. Here you can see how much of the forest patch has been destroyed for this timber and all. Here you can see this only a smaller patches remaining. Unlike the coming years, we have to take some photographs with the forest. Like there is an image and a man is standing, and some people are photographing him. This is the sarcastic reality. Here are the image that minefield that has cleared the whole forest patch. You can see how much the forest has been destroyed. So other points here that are causes for the loss of biodiversity are exploitations, collection made by scientific and education system, the collection of forest, trees and etc. for the study purpose done by the education institute and scientific research also has an impact on this biodiversity. Exploitation by local authorities and revenue resources, firewood collection for cooking purposes by the local people, food gathering and hunting, like the rare animals and trees are that been utilized by this people poaching. We earlier discussed the poaching of like tigers, illegal tiger trade is there, illegal sandalwood trade is there, illegal teakwood and rosewood trade is there. They are also affecting this loss of biodiversity. There are some natural also floods that are occurring. We already discussed the oil spill, some epidemics or forest fire that also cause the loss of biodiversity. Here is an image that shows the forest fire that has occurred. Some of the natural management of natural resources, there is generic uniformity, also affect the loss of biodiversity, inadequate water and food for wildlife in particular area due to the decrease of habitats also has an impact on this biodiversity. Increased competition. If the number of species increase in a particular area and less food and water is available, there has been increase in the competition for the survival. Introduction of exotic species also affect the loss of biodiversity. Predation. The number of preys increase in a drastic way. That also affect the loss of biodiversity. Management of human resources, change in people lifestyle have changed during the last decades. There has been a system of use and throw system we are like adopting nowadays. So that also affect the biodiversity, increasing demands of food and other products that are affecting our livelihoods. Dilutions of traditional values, human harassment, inadequate trained human resources also affect the loss of biodiversity, lack of effective management of the resources. Nowadays, we are facing it an inappropriate land use also affect this loss in biodiversity. And here are some political issues like change in use of legal status of land and other that affected civil unrest in some areas, inter-community conflicts, military activities that also are responsible for the loss of biodiversity in a particular area. Okay, next topic we'll discuss the further points. Okay.